Good day everyone! Today I will discuss about water dynamics exchange in aquaculture and i-compare natin kung ano nga ba yung apat na different water management system na ginagamit sa isang fish farming. So, water management is isa sa pinakamahalagang factors na kailangan ma-determine natin para maging success ang isang aquaculture operation. At ano nga ba yung type of water exchange system na directly nakaka-affect sa production cost, fish health, environmental sustainability, and long-term profitability. So, in this presentation, we will compare the four systems like static, open flow through semi-closed, and recirculating aquaculture system or RAS. And at the end, we will explain kung bakit ba ang recirculating aquaculture system is isa sa pinaka-recommended choice. So, next slide is 4 system, 1 critical choice. So, in every aquaculture farm, kailangan mag-decide tayo paano nga ba yung pagdaloy ng tubig, paano ito mag-circulate and leave their production facility. So, ano yung desisyon na maaaring maka-influence sa ating operational efficiency para dun sa fish survival, maintenance cost, and other environmental impact. So, per system is static system, kung saan yung tubig ay remain lang siya dun sa isang pan or tank hanggang sa manually replace. Mag-stay lang siya sa isang pan hanggang sa, it depends kung kailan mo siya papalitan. So, second is the open flow through system, kung saan ang fresh water continuously enters and nag-exit. Papasok, lalabas, ganun siya. And then, third is semi-closed system, kung saan kino-combine yung partial water recycling, kailangan din na mag-schedule ng water replacement. And then, last is recirculating aquaculture system or RAS. So, ito yung continuously na nagpipilters and pwede pa siyang i-reuse more than 95% ng tubig niya. So, yung each system is meron silang strength and weaknesses. So, dito, i-discuss natin one by one. Next slide is the static system is the simplest and least expensive water management system. So, sa method na to, ang water is ipipild mo lang siya into the pond or tank only once and remains hanggang sa makomplete mo siya ma-drain and papalitan mo siya ulit. So, since wala siyang pumps or filtration system, so yung initial investment mo lang dito is very low. So, yung system na to is suitable for small scale fish farms like backyard aquaculture or educational projects o kahit sa mga pilot studies lang. So, lalo na yung stocking density dito is mababa lang din. However, dahil nga ang tubig ay naka-remain stagnant lang siya, hindi siya dumadaloy, yung waste material is or mga uneaten fish and other fish excretion, so na-accumulate siya over time. So, may possibility na nare-reduce nito yung oxygen levels and ma-deteriorates niya yung water quality. So, may possibility na i-increase yung risk of disease outbreaks kasi nga naipon siya sa isang tubig lang, na possibility na tataas yung ammonia ng tubig. So, which is bad. So, static system is hindi siya generally recommended para sa mga large commercial aquaculture operation. Next slide is open flow through. Ito yung yung continuously na nagbibring siya ng fresh water from natural resources. So, may source ka na ng tubig galing sa fresh water. So, just as gaya na lang ng ilog, lakes, or ocean, like mga brackish water. So, yung water is nagpo-flows lang siya through the culture tanks once before bago ma-discharge. So, babak siya ulit sa environment. Parang ganun lang yung cycling niya. Kasi nga, yung fresh water is constantly, syempre, enter siya dun sa system and then yung water quality is remains lang siya na stable. So, making it for sustainable high density production. However, yung system na to is nakadepends lang siya sa heavy on depending reliable like clean natural water resource. Isa rin siya sa pinaka-vulnerable para sa pollution. So, seasonal temperature changes, harmful microorganism, and stricter environmental regulation. So, regarding naman sa wastewater discharge, syempre, kailangan natin ng pumping large volumes ng water. Kailangan natin ng water pump para ma-continue sa atin ma-increase yung energy cost. Next system is semi-closed. system. So, ito yung nagko-combine ni advantages and both open and recirculating system. Instead na palitan mo yung tubig, yung part ng water na yun is napipiltered lang siya and pwede mo pa siyang gamitin. Approximately 20 to 50% lang ng water yung papalitan mo araw-araw ng fresh water. So, yung approach na to is napuprovide siya ng better water quality while na-reduce niya yung water consumption compared dun sa open system. So, ito yung commonly used na ginagamit for medium size sa aquacultures and farms. So, syempre, better pa siya. And, lalo na hindi mo siya kailangan investan ng malaki. Kasi yung recirculating aquaculture system, marami na nag-exist through flow, through farms. So, sinuchoose nila yung system na to as a transitional setup bago sila mag-upgrade to RAS. Next slide is ito na nga yung recirculating aquaculture system or RAS. So, ito yung pinaka most advanced among the four system. Instead na papalitan mo yung tubig, yung RAS is nililinis niya yung tubig para magamit mo pa yung tubig over 95% of the water through sa papamagitan ng biological filtration and mechanical filter. So, ni-remove niya yung solid waste habang yung biological filters naman is bine-breakdown niya yung mga harmful ammonia into less toxic compounds. Kasi yung ammonia is masyadong siyang harmful para sa isda. Maaari itong mamatay yung alagang isda. Dahil nga sa environment is kailangan natin carefully na controlled lang yun. So yung mga farmers para kaya lang nilang i-regulate yung temperature, oxygen, and pH throughout the years. So, yung RAS is nire-reduce din niya yung freshwater consumptions, nire-lowers din niya yung pumping cost, sabihin na natin na sa mga 40% compared to traditional pro system. So, yung advantages ng RAS na to is highly suitable for intensive commercial aquaculture. Next slide is mini SWOT, static and open system. So now let's compare the strength and weaknesses of static and open system. So yung the main strength ng both system to is their syempre para silang low initial investment and simple operation lang. However, syempre meron silang significant disadvantage. So sa static system is meron siyang poor water quality, high disease risk, and limited production capacity. Habang ang open flow through system naman is nakadepend lang siya sa mabibigat na external water sources para maging vulnerable siya sa pollution. And then lalo na yung changing weather condition and mga stricter environmental regulations. Although yung system na to is affordable, syempre maaari pa din silang gastusan para maging long term to para dun sa operational mo. Kasi madami kang risk na harapin kapag kung depende yun sa system na gagamitin mo para sa isang aquaculture. So, next slide is mini SWOT, semi-closed, and recirculating. So, itong system naman is siyempre nagpo-provide sila ng much better environmental control. Yung semi-closed system is nagre-reduce ng water consumption while yung nimi-maintain niya yung good water quality. Maganda dito sa option for farm transitioning from traditional system. Ngayon pa man, yung recirculating aquaculture system is parang mas malaki yung in-offer niya na great advantages kasi ito yung nagpo-provide ng consistent water quality and in-improve niya yung fish health and nire-reduce din niya yung disease. And then, meron din siyang lower environmental impact year by year. Year-round production regardless sa mga external weather condition. Although, initial lang yung installation cost mo ay mataas, pero yung system naman ito is talagang makakatulong sa iyo sa isang aquaculture kasi ito yung long term na magagamit mo doon sa aquaculture mo. Mas mabuti nang mag-invest kahit na mahal, pero sigurado naman na magagamit mo in long term. So next slide is our recommendation is recirculating aquaculture system. So, re-recommend natin based on our comparison na re-recommend natin na mag-invest tayo sa RAS system. So, first is, bakit nga ba? Kasi nga, it offers complete environmental control by maintaining ideal temperature. Like sa mga dissolved oxygen and pH levels regardless of other external condition. Kasi mahirap na, halimbawa, sa low tide, high tide ka lang nagbe-base ng tubig mo. Mahirap din naman kasi kapag bumagyo o tagtuyot ganun, mahirapan ka mag water exchange. So, second, nire-reduce nito yung pumping energy cost, 40% lang compared dun sa open flow through system. And then, third naman is nagpuproduce siya ng very little wastewater lang. So, madali lang sa atin na may regulate yung mga gantong bagay. So, yung RAS is best siya for water exchange system kasi nga madami siyang benefits and mapapakinabangan mo to, mas madali siyang gamitin unlike sa mga other system. So next slide is mga key takeaway. To summarize this presentation, syempre pag pipili tayo ng water exchange system, dapat directly iniisip natin kung paano nga ba i-affect nito sa production cost, fish health, operational efficiency, and scalability. Habang yung static system naman may lower initial cost, they also carry high environmental operational. And sa semi-closed naman, good balance naman siya between cost and control. Making them, syempre, kailangan pa din natin ng magandang system para sa pagiging success ng ating aquaculture. So, yun lang. Kapag gagawa tayo ng isang water exchange dynamic, mag-decide tayo kung ano yung gagamitin natin, ang suggest ko lang is RAS or Recirculating Aquaculture System. That's all. Thank you.